Bailey, come on, Bailey. Not going this time. Not going this time. I'm sorry.
Hello, I'm David Gray. It's Dark 30, as I affectionately like to call it, and I'm heading out on my 4th backpacking trip of the 2019 season. I'm heading to Denver, where I'm going to get together with Christian, then we're going to drive to Jackson, Wyoming, and connect with Carl, Travis, and Travis's friend Justin. And then we're going to be heading to Yellowstone National Park. It's a place that conjures up images of grizzly bears and bison and wolves and majestic mountain ranges and vast meadows and streams and rivers and lakes. It's a wild place with a backcountry that's so vast you could head back there for months and never see all of it. You may not run into another person for weeks, which isn't exactly the image most people have of Yellowstone, inundated by tourists. I am worried about a couple things. It's been a really high snow year in general out west, and Yellowstone's no exception. They had a snowstorm out there not more than a week ago. All that snow is melting fast, and it's going into all the streams and rivers. And we've got a number of stream crossings to do. And if you remember, it was a year ago that we were hiking in the Wind River Range and ran into a few mosquitoes. We're not that far from the winds on this trip. The timing's exactly right, and the snow is about the same as it was last year, so I'm hoping we don't run into a repeat performance of that. And in keeping with that 2019 theme, the weather gods seem to be smiling upon us once again. The forecast is near perfect, with highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s, and almost no chance of rain. And with that, let's get over to the airport and get this trip started. Through security. That was pretty slow. Nice to get rid of all the bags and get to the gate and relax for a second. Traveling is very stressful.
Yeah, so if you're going to Denver, you're losing.
Families support us, and I'll call for the B and the seaboarding group, just like I did the A group. Welcome to Denver. This is Jennifer Cupso, 2018 NCAA.
It is always a relief. Hey, sorry about that, man.
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to be here. From a 4-lane divided highway in the middle of the nowhere to a 2-lane highway in the middle of nowhere, and to Pinedale, and then Jackson Hole, Wyoming. We made it to Jackson, and we are looking for the Ranch Inn. That's it, right up there on the left. Made it to the Ranch Inn in Jackson, Wyoming. It's really nice. Our own little porch, and not a bad view. This is awesome. It feels so good to be here. That was such a long day.
Not too shabby.
Not a bad setting. This is our porch view at the Ranch Inn in Jackson. It's nice to just decompress after a really long day.
One fell in with a dipper, and what else? Anything else?
I woke up the next morning and said, man, there's something about this mountain air that makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
Mountain air. How's the dog? Good.
He took a bad.
Travis was telling me. But I didn't see it in the video because honestly, he didn't notice him ripping or anything.
No, it was okay. I don't know how.
Jackson, the original. This is where it all began from Elvis. I thought we'd indulge a little bit here. Wyoming. Yeah. Very nice. Zeus Mexican lager. What these are the cowabunga rolls? Oh man, those are good. Crab rangoon and cowabunga rolls. Cuddy's Pizza for dinner. Came highly recommended.
It's like all these people just hanging out over a couple days waiting for their next ship and stuff.
Very good.
It's got the stringy cheese.
Oh man. Oh, good. Very good.
Christian has decided to sleep on our patio deck. Here's the scene. I don't know if I could take the street noise and everything, but Christian's gonna give this a whirl.
End of a very long first day on the 2019 Yellowstone trip. A lot of travel involved, but got together with everybody. Everybody made it. All the packs made it. Tomorrow's the car camping day, so we'll head up into Yellowstone tomorrow, and we're going to spend the night in Madison Campground. End of a great first day. See you tomorrow. Good morning. It's day number 2 of the trip. No backpacking today. It starts tomorrow. For today, we're just getting going. We're going to head up here in a little bit and meet Travis and Justin at Colter Bay. It's about an hour north of here in the Tetons, and then we're all going to drive up to Yellowstone, get our permit, get settled in at the Madison Campground, probably do a little bit of exploring, dinner in West Yellowstone, and then start the backpacking tomorrow. Let's get day number 2 going.
Here's the scene in the square of Jackson. We're heading in there. High Country Outfitters.
Looking for canister fuel. Breathing hard running up the stairs. Oh yeah, the mother load. Sweet. We got what we need.
Okay.
How many canisters are you looking for?
4.
Have you guys ever carried bear spray before?
Yeah.
We have.
Good luck.
Okay. So we do have a 45-second informational video on how to use it. It's just about to start.
20 yards away.
See, my strategy is to do this. I spray you and then run. Are you hearing many bear reports?
Oh yeah, they're out there.
17.
Yeah, so it's
They saw 17
17.
bears.
Wow.
They're all over the place.
Okay. On our way to Yellowstone, we've left Jackson behind. We have our bear spray in hand, and we're heading to Grant Village in Yellowstone to pick up our permit. Well, we're stuck in a little bit of traffic here, doing some construction, 1-lane stuff. The views aren't half bad. We left Carl. Sorry, Carl. We couldn't pass this up. This is what it's like to get back to wilderness in Yellowstone. It's the south entrance to Yellowstone, and it's not moving really fast.
Made it to the backcountry permit office.
Yellowstone Backcountry Permit Office at Grant Village.
Well, here comes business. Hey, paperwork too. Did he finish his homework?
Got everything. I got
You
mine.
already have failing
I give
marks.
you a C+ for homework. You can't get any higher than that. But you got the C+ because you at least brought the paper. You're hiking around the lake. Ooh, you got the primal spot too.
That's what I thought. I've never done this like once before, and that was a hotel. That would cost a lot of money.
No, we have one question. One question that talked about trailers.
If there's any snow, it's going to be on the north side, never on the south. You have
Okay.
enough rope to hang everything
Yes.
up like this?
Yep.
Right. They all have pit toilets. My wife calls them boxwood of view. At M2, you can have a fire. So can have a fire here.
Traffic jam you see here on the other side of the road has been going on for about 4 miles. Kind of what you can expect when you get to Yellowstone. We made it to the Madison Campground, getting registered.
How many nights you gonna be out?
4 days, 3 nights.
Should we start at Lone Star or somewhere else?
We are starting at DeLacy Creek trailhead.
Here's our home for the night. Really nice. Perfect spots for tents all over.
Probably 50 yards from where we registered. There's the bathroom, so we're right next to a bathroom. Can barely see it through the woods, but that's a little store for snacks and other stuff. Walmart special. Oh, it's for a personal one if you just want to stay in here.
I don't mind setting this up, but if I don't have to, that's great too.
Those are genuine fiberglass poles, Mrs. Douglas.
So you're not carrying that, David?
I can't even imagine how much this thing weighs.
Hey, you think all the ticks have died from this tent yet?
You might have brought a few back with you. All right. And,
Yeah.
this is in the category of we can learn from the winds last year. A lot of people told me we should have sprayed our clothes with permethrin. We're not making that mistake again. Thermarest Neo Air little mini pump. I think this would be in the category of cheating, or at least I'm getting accused of it in our campsite. Let's see how this works. First time ever. There you go. Well, it's a lot easier than sitting and blowing it up. So it doesn't blow it up all the way. It's probably maybe 80%. I just needed to call home. This works. This is a throwback time machine here. You don't see these very often anymore. Looking for a dinner spot. Yeah. Travis looks like he knows where he's going though. The Slippery Otter Pub.
Blue Stool is from Big Sky. It's a brown ale.
Okay. Ordering the beer
Hey,
first.
everybody over from the Playmill tonight for
Priorities.
music band. All the kids begin to march and to march. Alright guys, we still have a show at 8:30 tonight. It'll be so much fun. Come and see it.
You don't see that every day.
Just some jail.
Did I get any on me? Successful dinner. Look at that sky. That's a little ominous. Little adult beverage searching before the trip. You got a little sun coming out, barely trying to peek its head out, and it's raining. And the smell of smoke is really heavy. If I didn't know better, I'd think there was some kind of a forest fire going on here, but it's just everybody's campfires. Ooh, that's to the west of us. Hopefully, maybe it's going south. It hasn't passed us.
Worry about bear safety? Are those the same shoes?
Yep. Yeah. Travis was going to get them too, so we would have been like Team Ultra. I think I need to help that. That wood's so stinking dry. All it needed was a little flame. It's feeling pretty good. I didn't have the buffalo trace yet. I'm looking forward to that.
Hey, how you doing? You guys just looked up
Storms have passed and the skies have cleared, and we've got sunshine in the camp, and just absolutely beautiful right now.
When you backpack in Yellowstone, you get that campsite, it's your campsite home.
We're all heading down to the river here to get some late night shots. The sunset looks like it's going to be beautiful. The skies have cleared, and we'll go back and enjoy the fire a little bit later.
It's 10:30 at night, and we're hanging bear bags up, and it's so bad that we considered actually staying out on top of Reagan Pass. That's good fire. It's a funky fire.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Man, that's a fire now.
This is great.
Yeah. What we did tonight with that stuff down on the Madison River was just absolutely epic. Wow.
But I'm just like,
Yeah.
I said, hey.
Well, good morning from Yellowstone. It's not a sight you see every day in Carmel, Indiana. Kind of keeping my eyes on them. Welcome to the third day of the trip. The first day of backpacking. Get going on day number 3. Start it with a bison. Welcome to Yellowstone. Notice the steam or whatever coming off these rivers in the background. That's not geothermal activity. That's just the indication of how cold the air temperature is. It's been a great trip so far, and we haven't even set one foot on the trail yet, so that will change today. Great start to day number 3. I'm gonna head on back to camp a few hundred yards and get started on some Dunkin' Donuts coffee and make it even better. The bison just showed up right behind the cameras. Getting going on the first Dunkin' Donuts coffee of the trip. Really nice having a picnic table. Dunkin' Donuts coffee on a frigid morning in Yellowstone National Park. First time ever and a dream come true to have Dunkin' Donuts coffee here. Let's see how it does for the flavor. Best ever. And breakfast this morning is honey bunches of oats with Neato. So simple and so good. Can't beat it. I'd normally say at this point we're geared up and ready to go, but we're geared up and ready to start driving. We gotta go to Old Faithful, drop a couple cars, and then over to the trailhead. 40 minutes of driving to do before we start hiking, but we are getting close. You got some pretty decent weather for it. That is why I love hiking out west. Final gear preparations, and here's what we've decided to do. We got a pack of packs. We decided to throw everything in the back of the truck, and this is what we'll take over to the trailhead. We'll dump 2 cars off at Old Faithful. We're ready to go. Get it rolling.
It's like a bursting metropolis over here.
Now we're rolling. Drop the cars off at Old Faithful. We're pulling out and heading to the trailhead. Last minute gear preparations at the DeLacy Creek trailhead. Up there is where we'll start the trail. A couple minutes. Finally, we are geared up and ready to go. Packs are as heavy as they're gonna be, but man, what a glorious day. All ready to start hiking DeLacy Creek trailhead. About 8 miles today, fairly easy to start, which will be a good warm up, and then over to campground 8SO, which I think is right on the lake. Not a bad day for it. Let's get hiking. Finally, long last, backpacking in Yellowstone National Park. Dream come true.
So we're here at the trailhead right now. We're going to be about 3 miles down to the lake, and then we're going to go along the lake for a little bit, hop back into the woods. We'll be at 8S1 tonight, cross the Lewis Channel tomorrow, and then we're all back into the woods to Moose Creek, 8M2. And the third day we're going to come out, pass through the Geyser Basin, and we'll be at a 5-star resort, 8 out of 5.
That's the Hilton, right?
The Hilton. Last day we're all the way out to Old Faithful.
All right,
so
there's our hike. This is what we're hiking in right at the start. Nice trail, mid-60s, there's 0 humidity. The other thing is, no bugs so far. I think we'll probably run into some down by the lake, but so far, I'm very pleasantly surprised. Coming upon some different habitat here, or getting into something different, but not a bad day for it. Not a bad place to do it. First view of Shoshone Lake off in the distance. We're gonna go all around that thing. Well, looky what we found. I do believe that is Shoshone Lake. Made it to the lake. I think we're at 3 miles for the day.
The people on his channel say it's top of
Taking a little break to make some tuna wraps. Here's what we're hiking in after a little lunch break. The undulating terrain. Nothing flat anymore. If you go down, you go up. And no people. We saw a ton of people right up until when we got to Shoshone Lake, but they're just walking out there for a day hike and eat lunch like we did. Now you're into backpackers, so it's going to be few and far between and more likely encounters with bears. Shot of one of the ups.
Some roller coaster.
Goes up there. Taking a little breather before we have to take it on. Looks like we got a little shoreline walking to do. Shoshone Lake. Tell you what, ever since that lunch break, I don't think there's been 5 feet of flat. This means we get to walk along the shoreline for a while, but this stuff's all like, it's not going to be so easy to walk in either. 5 miles into it, so about 2.5 miles to go for the first day. Looking forward to getting to camp now. That last stretch took it out of all of us. Some idea of what it's like to walk on this stuff. It ain't easy. A little better than all those ups and downs, but not much. They tease you with that first 3 miles. Slow going, real slow. Look what we found. Somebody set up a little shelter way out here. It's really hard on your ankles and knees and feet. Another half mile. We're taking a little bit of a break after that fun. Between the roller coaster up and down for the first couple miles and then 3/4 of a mile along that beach is like walking in sand. You can't see it, but the trail's about like that going up. So no flat break on good trails, so we're going right back to the roller coasters. But sketchy stuff. That's really steep. And here's the trail. About a half mile from camp, just stopping for the last break, but walked a little ways up the hill and look at the view of the lake we have.
Down where we're at.
Not a bad view. This is home for the night. This is all our campsite, this whole area. The lake over there in the distance. Really nice spot. A lot of mosquitoes though, I can already tell. So no fires allowed, so it's gonna be a deep sort of night. Not a bad spot to get some water. See what we were walking in. Oh. First things first, some water and then some Endurax R4. These legs are tired. Some much needed Endurax R4.
The mosquitoes here are a lot better than Wind River.
Better, but they're still here.
Yeah, permethrin seems to be working, and a little DEET on all the exposed skin seems to be working.
Right.
Too bad we can't have a fire. That would really work.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
It's raining a little bit. Yeah. The sky looks perfectly blue. I know, cheating. It's so much easier than blowing it up when you've got a light head anyways. Good investment so far. We'll see how long the battery lasts. And if your feet are sore, this is a great way to cure them. It's like putting them in an ice bath.
like our own lake.
Cheddar cheese spread preparation time. Down at the food prep area in Yellowstone 8S01.
It's
Okay,
8S1 actually.
8S1. Right on Lake Shoshone, Shoshone Lake that you see in the background. Always precisely measure your water. An hour and we should be all set.
It's a lot of steps.
It's cheddar cheese spread time.
Do we have anyone here who hasn't eaten cheddar cheese?
I think we do. We have a rookie. Justin gets the first one. He gets the Bailey Memorial
Nice.
cheddar cheese spreads.
Thank you, sir.
There's 5 of us, by the way, in one packet of cheese spread, so it's going to be a short video for this segment.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. We're all holding them.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm going in.
Sherry?
Is it crunchy?
No.
Perfect.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Wow, I needed that.
Oh, good.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Never disappoints.
Dinner tonight is homestyle chicken noodle casserole. Got 5-star reviews on Amazon. I hadn't had it before.
There's a 2-cup mark.
First?
Yeah. The other side.
Missed it.
Doesn't take long.
Dad, what are we doing? Chicken noodles?
Homestyle chicken noodle casserole, which gets 5-star reviews on Amazon, and it's better when you flavor it with the desiccant in there for a while.
Wait, you actually had that in there?
No, I just put it back in.
It'll taste a little like clay. Not bad.
Oh my God, Carl, I'm so jealous. That looks phenomenal.
You brought the mayo?
No, it came with it.
Came with
The
mayo,
mustard,
ketchup, relish.
ketchup, relish.
Something to look forward to.
How's the chicken noodle?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah, this is really good.
Before long, we're all going to be like bartering.
I'm just going to start bringing all pizza in. I'll
Yes.
win that bet every time. Good morning. Welcome to day number 4 of the trip. Second day of backpacking. It's cold in Yellowstone. It's probably in the mid-30s. We have a really short day today, less than 6 miles, but we have to cross the Lewis Channel, which is what thing that back there that looks like it's part of the lake. So that'll be interesting, but then it's going to be a short one, and we can have campfires tonight. Let's get this second day of backpacking going. Time for some Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
Oh man,
man,
some
this is
thick
good.
cut slab bacon right now. Oh, I didn't know you filtered it.
Oh yeah.
Starbucks coffee. It never gets old.
One of my goals was to share a cup of Dunkin' Donuts with David Gray, but
You can have the first sip. You come over here, I'll do the talk, and you just have to drink it. Dunkin' Donuts coffee on the shores of Shoshone Lake in Yellowstone on a crisp, perfect morning. Justin's gonna get the honors.
looking forward to it. Never gets old.
Oh, God. That would have ruined the whole shot. It's like spitting it out.
It's better than the Starbucks I got here.
Breakfast this morning is Mountain House scrambled eggs with bacon. About 5 minutes and we'll be having breakfast. Add some tapatio. We're going to put some of that in there.
That wasn't bad.
Hey, Christian?
Yeah?
You need sunscreen today?
No, I'm good for now.
We're pretty much geared up and ready to go. So they're going to take off, go down to the channel. It's about a quarter-mile away. The Lewis Channel, our first little challenge for the day. Got camp shoes on for the crossing. Christian's fashioning the Crocs there. Day number 2 of backpacking, day number 4 of the trip. Let's get it going with the channel crossing here. Here's the scene. A couple hundred yards from camp. Walking in my Zero shoes. We made it to the Lewis Channel. There's the lake. And believe it or not, we have to cross that bad boy. Travis and Carl right there, but that's where we have to cross.
Whoa!
Monstrous rocks in my shoes.
Oh, that's cool.
We survived the Lewis Channel crossing. So that's the first big landmark of the day. 5 miles to camp. Nice short day. Got a little bit of a hill coming right after the Lewis Channel. How far we've climbed already. That's where we're going. More up. And the skeeters are getting us, so we're rolling. I think we might be done with the climb for now. Not a bad view.
The greenery goes into the trees.
That's, oh yeah, our camp from last night. Been non-stop all the way from the lake. You can see how high up we are. Big climb after the Lewis Channel if you come this way. Well, that's not a bad view. Nice little spot to take a little rest.
Not even a single elk or anything.
Nifty little hill. Just want to give you some idea of the terrain we're in. Over 3 miles into it, and really pretty much the entire day so far has been predominantly uphill. We've had a couple little downhills, but it seems like we've been climbing 80% of the times. We're at the 8M1 campsite, food preparation area. I don't know if you can see all our little winged friends. So we're gonna have a little tuna wrap lunch here quickly and enjoy the mosquitoes. Tuna Creations Thai chili style for Christian with some mayo and tapatio.
I wish David Gray was my dad.
I like that line.
Yeah,
yeah. The Show Brothers.
Prepping everything for it.
Oh, that was awesome. I feel bad, but I'm not complaining.
No, shit.
Tapatio.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lunch break is over. Nice little stop. It's 2.1 miles to camp is all, so another hour and we should be in camp. Travis says there's a stream with a great little bathtub type spot for cleaning off.
This is something else, huh?
Beautiful. We're going up there. Nifty little hill. It's going to take a few stops going up. You can see Carl and Christian up beyond and a few skeeters. It's not our first snow, but first right on the trail. Little more snow as we approach 8M2. 8M2, home for the night. This is home for the night, at least for Carl and I. There's little spots like this all over. We're gonna get a fire going and get rid of some of these little friends of ours, hopefully. Yes, there are a few mosquitoes at 8M2.
Yeah, they are.
Both a little dehydrated, some bone dry walking today. Now she's going good. One nice thing about having bone dry wood, doesn't take much to get the fire going. That'll help with the skeeters, and there's just no shortage of wood around here, so this is just like a pleasure tonight to be able to have a fire.
but it looked like it was not going to.
Just enjoying a little mosquito-free zone thanks to the fire. I'm doing a little much-needed Endurex R4. For being a really short day, there was a lot of those roller coaster ups and downs, and the one after Lewis channel was just, that was a beast. It feels great to be here. We're here early. Creek's right over here to camera left. We'll be heading down there in a second. Well, Bob, you'd be proud of me. This is in the category of efficiency. I'm going to not only clean my body, but I'm going to do some laundry at the same time. Oh, that is cold. All right, I can't do the full immersion. Sorry, guys. Okay, I'm going to do this a different way. That was cold. That about stopped my heart. Bob, I don't know how you did that, man. Let's see what this valley's all about.
Ease into it. Ease into it. Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it.
That's hilarious.
Oh
shit. Let's go break.
I can't do it.
Just kind of like scoot it out.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm done.
You back at it. This is better than TV. Oh, that looked dangerous. It doesn't look real relaxing.
It's not very fun. Doesn't worth the effort.
Preparation of the cheddar cheese spread on night number 2 in Yellowstone National Park. I think that was about perfect. About an hour, and we'll be doing cheddar cheese spread on Ritz crackers. What, Joe? What was
Green Acres.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Eb?
Yeah, oh
Used to
yeah.
call him Dad, I'm not your dad.
Oh yeah.
She'd
That
do
was-
the
that's-
coffee,
that's
put the coffee in the
going way
morning.
back,
And the
Travis.
coffee was super thick, and he'd just like, when she's not looking,
Yeah.
he'd throw it away. What was the pig's name?
Arnold.
Arnold.
Yeah.
You should
Arnold
do
was
that.
going to
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
He got in trouble.
Yeah, that was good.
Arnold got in trouble in school today.
It's time for cheddar cheese spread. Now is the moment when I find out if I put too much water in it. Oh, it's perfect. Uh-oh.
I could actually do it from this.
Careful. Split cracker.
Thank you.
Do better.
Good stuff.
Thank you. Carl, can you, sorry, man. I just got, I'm sorry.
Thanks. Perfect.
Distance.
I just took yours, Justin. Sorry.
Here's your,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Dave.
You don't understand the full value of the cheese spread you have. I'm going to do it on my deck with a fire and some scotch.
That's what I'm
Be
saying.
outside, I'll just do that. Be like I'm camping.
Dinner tonight is Mountain House lasagna with meat sauce. Italian. Sounds good. Well, about 10 minutes and we'll be having lasagna.
I guess on the trail they all taste pretty good.
Yeah, it's
I didn't think that chicken noodle stuff that David had yesterday was going to be any good, but it looked good.
There's some cheese
Oh. It doesn't
That's
stay
good.
weight at all.
It's hot.
but you did-
Should have brought some Parmesan cheese. I'm kicking myself. That's a lot of packs.
I know. It's all good.
You need help pulling it up?
I think we're good.
Beer bags or huh?
It's a party.
That's a lot.
Smoke. Kinda wanna sit in it. It's the first time you ever want to sit and smoke.
Yeah, right. It's preventing them from landing and biting, but not from swarming all over you. And it's not like the winds, but still a little yeek.
I just feel like you feel like you got a bigger tolerance now if you've done that.
I think I do. That's a big snack bag. You gonna hang that whole thing?
I'm 100. Well, see, I throw all my stuff in it. Food bag and all, anything that's
okay.
Sort of scented.
It's gonna hang the whole thing.
It just takes all I got to get it up there.
The camera is inside the bug net with me. I wanted to do this shot last year in the winds and never did, so I thought I'd give it a try. It's looking out through the bug net. Can you see all my little friends? I'm hoping this shows up on 4K a little better than it did in the winds last year on 1080p. I can't say they're as thick as they were back then, but it still kind of drives you nuts with the bzz. Good morning. Day number 3 of the backpacking trip, day number 5 total now, and it is cold. It definitely got a lot colder last night than the first night, which is I guess why there's patches of snow all over around here. But man, that was cold night. Short day today, probably about 5.5 miles, a little bit similar to yesterday. We're going to be heading over to the south side of the lake and then through the Shoshone Geyser Basin. And then we've got the 5-star Hilton campsite. Getting going on day number 3. It's a cold one. Kind of just a show shot this morning, but this is the privy. Kind of a nice view. Nothing beats that privy view at Boulder Pass and Glacier, but not a bad spot, but don't expect a lot of privacy. You got to kind of get a process down with your fellow campers to handle this properly, because we're only about sea camp from here. It's always nice having one, even if it's only something like this. Good. Yeah, it does. It starts to thaw you out a little bit. Yeah. It's frozen like an ice cube. It got colder than I thought it was. Well, I think that's why there's all those patches of snow around here. Yeah. I mean, there were no patches of snow around Shoshone Lake. No. Hey, Bert. Dunkin' Donuts coffee on an even colder morning in Yellowstone. Let's see if that makes it taste even better. Nope, just the same. It's still really good. Breakfast this morning is honey bunches of oats with Nito. Not really, this is actually Christian's breakfast. I broke that cycle yesterday, and I'm going to continue with Mountain House breakfast skillet for me. So let's get breakfast going.
These skies don't get old.
Weather forecast today is for clear skies, no clouds, sunshine, perfect temperatures, no humidity, you know, kind of like the last 2 days. Oh, thank you. 15 minutes actually says with this one, and we'll be having breakfast. Alright. 2 packets of Tapadio this morning because I've got some spare. Can't warm up with heat, warm up with chemicals or hot sauce. Tapadio makes this. That's good. Putting the fire out. Last official act. We're
even kind of geared up. Always douse your fires. You don't want to be that one that starts a fire. We are geared up and ready to go. Day number 3 in Yellowstone. We left it the way we found it for the next people who are going to be here, and it was a really nice campsite. Treated us well with the fire, and a little buggy, but not too bad. We had the fire, we had some wind, we had some DEET. Heading over to the Shoshone Geyser Basin today. Really excited for that. Let's get going. Day number 3. Here we go. Spectacular day, by the way. I could get used to hiking in these conditions. Here's the scene so far. Little patches of snow. Perfect trail, flat, smooth, straight through the woods. This is just a really nice way to start day number 3. Taking a little bit of a break. That's where we just came from. Kind of at the top. Probably doesn't look as steep as it is. Looking forward to getting over to the Geyser Basin, probably another 2 miles or so. Do you like that one?
That was not fun. Not that much fun.
I don't know if you can see it real well, but the damage around that little guy. Never heard anything, but something was clearly chewing on the ends of my trekking poles for the salt. Little bit of a dilemma on how to cross. Christian is going to try those logs over there, I think. Not sure that's what I want to do, but looks like he's making it. No problem.
I fell down on my knee.
Doing a little post totaling.
Yeah.
Whoa. Little snowy trail section. Steep little downhilly section, but beautiful view. I think we're heading down to make contact with Shoshone Lake again. Look forward to the downhills, but this is about what you're having to do. They're pretty hard on your feet, hard on your knees, and it is slow going. Look what we found again. Back to Shoshone Lake. When we were looking at the trail reports before we came out here, they kept talking about there was 3 feet of snow on the South Shoshone Trail, which is this trail. Probably was when those trip reports probably been melting fast, but this last stretch there's been a lot of sections where you're walking through snow and many post holing down to your knees. What a beautiful view. The sounds of nature ruined by that airplane. You hear airplane sounds all the time in your normal everyday life and you don't even think twice about it, but out here one comes by, first time we've heard anything like that in a couple days, and it's like, it's overwhelming. Beautiful. So where's the camp? Oh, really? Like seeing distance. And the geysers are over?
The geysers are over this way.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, I saw Carl sink a little bit, so I just decided to jump. I thought I warned you about this wetland stuff. It's not very consistent.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on this shoreline.
And then we hug in, yeah.
2, 4, 6, about 1,000 more feet, then it cuts left.
Well, that's a first. I put a bridge out here. In the wetlands area, heading over to the Geyser Basin.
It looks like a trail, but it also looks really boggy. What do you think, Carl?
Here's where we're looking for the trail. Heading towards the Geyser Basin, but there's no trail anymore. So everybody's kind of taking their own path. I think I'll follow Justin. It looks like the dry path. Well, looky what we found on the other side. I don't know, you can see all this water, but what the trail is. I don't think there's any keeping your feet dry through here. Well, I tried to be smart and go up through the woods, and there's no escaping it. Actually, I think we're looking for trail again here too, so maybe I'll figure out, I'll wait until they find the trail and then I'll get my feet wet once.
Over here, Justin. Here? Right here. There's a narrow little path and then there's a step.
The trail has become the lake. The reason I'm showing you this, maybe you can see down to the bottom, but it's about 5 feet deep. It's like a cut channel. This is what we're hiking in. Everybody picks their own path. That water is cold. Good for icing your sore feet though. back on a marginally dry trail. That section's what Travis calls the wetlands, and he said it was just like that when he was here the last time. Basically about a half-mile flooded stretch. Just walking through the side of the lake, close to the geyser basin now. Can't wait. Over there somewhere is the trail. You tell me if you can see it. We had a trail marker right there, so we know we're on the trail. It's over there somewhere. We're guessing straight. If all else fails, keep going straight and see if you find something, so that's what we're gonna do. All right, well, we thought this was kind of nice of them. After we just went like a half-mile walking through water up to our ankles and knees, they put a board across to keep our feet from getting wet. There's the first little geyser thing. Means we're getting close. We're getting close to the geyser basin. And this area also makes me think I'm gonna be getting my feet wet for a while. If anybody sees a trail anywhere, just point it out to us. We're going totally by GPS now. I don't know if we're technically bushwhacking, because we could be on the trail, but your guess is as good as ours. Just pick a direction and go with it. I think we're generally heading over that way. Okay, here's the technique now. It's not just me. We're all slogging here. The bridge there just above Christian's head. That's where we're heading. All I can say is it was really nice of them to put a bridge out here for us. Stuff doesn't smell very good either. Looks like we're going through a swamp. Another geothermal feature over there. They're all on the dry land. Doing a map or GPS check here while I stand in that.
So, can we just stay here, man?
Yeah. Enjoying a brief moment of dry land. Right there where Christian is, if you look behind him when he moves, there's a little red marker. That's our trail. We just got to get to it to get to dry land for a while. Oh my gosh.
Alright.
Was that a sinkhole or what?
No, that was the lack of a bridge.
This is not easy hiking anymore.
Solid ground!
Hey! That's the best news I've heard in a long time. Started on the other end, you can kind of see what that vegetation, terrain, wetland is like. Hopefully we're back in the woods and solid ground here for a little while. Well, our solid ground lasted what, 100 yards?
100 yards, that's about it.
I enjoyed that 100 yards. I think we're going through the same stuff again here, plus with a little bit of a stream creek crossing. And again, no idea where the trail is. You just got to keep going in the same direction and hope you find it.
Oh shit, it's deep.
Geyser Basin Foot Trail. Let the fun begin. Well, we've had more than our share of adventure already on day number 3. We haven't even gotten to the Geyser Basin yet. We made it to the Geyser Basin. This is really, really cool. The camera doesn't do smell-o-vision, but the smell of sulfur. Huh. Don't see that every day on one of my hikes.
That was a good one.
Looking for a lunch spot. That was nice of them. As we get closer to camp, they actually put some boards across the wetland section. Stopping for a little lunch break after the geyser basin. We need some time to let that all soak in. Between that and the wetlands, it's been quite a day already, and now we're probably about 3/4 of a mile from our camp. So lunch today is tuna creations, Thai chili style. Little mayonnaise. Patio.
Pepperoni left too much. Not many.
This is the North Shoshone Lake Trail. And I think our campsite turnoff's about 1/10 of a mile up that way.
Hey,
That little cryptic designation is our campsite for tonight. About a half mile more to camp and our third day of hiking will be done. Should be a good night. Let's get down there. We made it to camp. This is camp 8R5 and it is basically right on the lake.
Y'all secure over here in Sector 7? Sector 7.
Our own little private beach with a beautiful view of those wetlands we struggled through. Oh man, is this a nice camp spot. I think Travis was right. This is the 5-star Hilton of backcountry campsite.
Great trip so far.
Yeah. Cheers. Yes, sir.
Well, we're enjoying our little private beach here. Oh, what a day.
The fishing is about to begin.
And notice we haven't moved. We've got the front row seats for Christian doing his fishing here.
Christian's getting more serious about his fishing. Gone quite a ways out there. The water is almost waist high.
It's cheddar cheese spread preparation time. This one courtesy of Carl. Nice enough to keep his in his pack with all the extra weight until the end of the trip. Thank you, Carl.
My pleasure.
They're all looking at me. It's a lot of pressure. An hour we'll be having cheddar cheese spread on Ritz crackers, courtesy of Carl tonight. We have to wait 1 minute. We agreed on 5 o'clock for the cheddar cheese spread, which I think is the earliest we've ever done cheddar cheese spread. So. Is it crunchy?
Not too bad.
Thank you. Oh, this is great. We can. Carl, thanks. Thank you for donation of your cheddar cheese spread.
That's good, thanks, both of you.
Oh yeah.
Waste your time.
Well, you didn't wait long for the appetizer to be done. You guys are hungry. Dinner tonight, the last night, is Mountain House beef stroganoff with noodles. It's a good one.
My shoes.
Now, this mosquitoes are gnats.
They might just be gnats, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just
It's
gnats?
beautiful. Yeah.
Good. About 15 minutes, we'll be having some beef stroganoff with noodles. Oh, this patio's a little weird in there.
Is it?
It might not have been such a good call.
It smells good.
Oh no! You would have been really screwed.
The more you hang out with me, you should be filming anytime I perform any action. You never know what's going to happen.
Except my sleeping bag.
What time has sunset been?
Not far off, though. It'll get cooler.
I imagine it'll get cooler now.
Good morning. Not a bad view to wake up to in the morning. Geyser Basin over there with the low-hanging fog. Just spectacular. Day number 4, Yellowstone National Park. It's the last day. Hard to believe the trip's almost over already. To get up and get some shots of the early morning action here at Shoshone Lake. Ready to get going. Day number 4. Gonna go have me some Dunkin' Donuts coffee and enjoy the views. Little early morning bald eagle sighting. I don't know what it is with me and privy scenes. It's just such a unique thing to have just something like this, no walls, nothing, just come out, sit in the woods, and not the kind of views you get at the glacier, but still kind of a unique experience out in the woods here. Not as cold this morning though.
The coffee tastes just as good.
Can't wait to find out. Dunkin' Donuts coffee on the 4th day of the Yellowstone National Park 2019 trip. Last Dunkin' Donuts coffee in a while too, out in the woods. It's kind of sad, but let's see how it is. Oh, I think it gets better each day. That's really good. Well, breakfast this morning is a surprise breakfast. Mountain House granola with blueberries. I thought I was down to scrambled eggs with bacon, which I wasn't looking forward to. I wanted just some cold cereal, so the trail provides. Nothing fancy, but simple and good and filling.
This sauce?
Pretty much packed up and ready to go. Kind of a long day today, 10, 11 miles. Trying to get an early start. I think this is going to set a record for this trip. I started on day number 4. One last look around really quick from our private beach. We are geared up and, oh, we are almost geared up. Just a beeline back to the car today. I don't know what kind of sights we're going to get, but 11 miles or so back to the car. We go up and over Grant Pass and then down to Old Faithful in the cars, and this trip will be over. Almost ready. Getting going on day number 4. We're hiking on day number 4. We got half a mile to go on the access trail to the campground before we even get back to the trail. Travis has taken point. He's been clearing the cobwebs. He's taken one for the team. Made it back to the trail. I feel like we put a complete day in already. Last little stitch. It's kind of steep uphill. We're back to where we started. This is where we made the turnoff on the North Shoshone Trail to go ahead to camp yesterday. So now we're on a new trail. Little break stop here. Various techniques. The direct approach and the try to keep your feet dry approach. I think I'm going to do the try to keep your feet dry approach. Kind of a little sketchy stretch right there. I shouldn't laugh because I got to do that myself. Well done. Carl's got the technique down. Nicely done. See how Christian does here. Oh man, I got to do this myself. Forget that noise. That looked dangerous. I'll do it the wet way. Much safer. And this is poetic justice for all the people who tried to keep their feet dry on the last one. There's no keeping your feet dry on this one.
10 miles in wet shoes.
No.
I'm putting on my water shoes.
Justin's doing the water shoes.
You guys can go ahead of me if you want.
Oh, that's cool. You run into more than your fair share of these in the backcountry of Yellowstone. Well, this is in the patience is a virtue category. Just up the way for those who got their feet wet for the rest of the day is a nice little river crossing. Walk up the trail 50 yards and find a nice dry crossing. Nicely done.
Feet are dry. Flat stretch of trail here after a long uphill. We were wondering if this was Grant Pass.
We started here, that was camp.
Yeah.
And the green line is where we've been. There's Grant's Pass.
Grant's Pass, okay, yeah. The good news about that is I think that's our high point for the day. Old Faithful, where the cars are parked, is way down lower. Not to say we won't have a few up-seas along the way, but I think we'll be predominantly downhill. This is what we've been hiking on ever since that Grant's Pass, a half mile back. Magnificent trail. Just awesome hiking right now. Definitely on the downhill now. After we got over Grant Pass proper, this is gradual descent. Really fast. Good for fast hiking. Not a bad spot. If you can, there's no smell-o-vision, but heavy sulfur smell. Well, the whole place is a volcano, so I always kind of get reminders of that. Well, the trail's sort of become that. Sort of making our own trail here, which you have to do in Yellowstone sometimes. Uh-oh. Yuck. Nice. They put a bridge in for us. Would you look at that? Very nice of them. Now this is the way to cross a wetland. Exactly like what we were crossing yesterday, but minus the bridge. Well, you know, you must be getting close to some sort of front country thing when they're putting up bridges for you. They weren't doing that much for us in the back country. No boardwalks here. This bad boy is right on the trail. Like a little mini geyser basin kind of thing we're in here. The smell of sulfur is heavy. Crazy walking through this stuff. Pretty little spot.
I love this spot, David. I was looking forward to this the whole time back.
Nice. Awesome. Last break stop on the whole trip.
Next stop will be seeing cars whizzing by us.
Yeah, that's special.
Still 36 credits.
You know you're getting close to something when the trail turns to this kind of stuff. I think we're within 3 miles of being done. A couple miles of getting to a road, and then we got to finish like with a road walk. And there's where we're going, Howard Eaton Trailhead. And then we got a bit of a road walk after that. A little ways to go yet. Getting really close. The pizza conversation started and scoping out our pizza strategy for post hikes. Fun time of the trip when you realize you've had a pretty successful hike and then you get to look forward to all the amenities of the civilized world. Well, there's a sight for sore eyes. I wish I had a zoom, but that's Old Faithful. You can actually see the destination. We think we got another mile to go, but it's in sight now. Sure signs of civilization, day hikers, and car noises. The Old Faithful Inn in the background. Howdy.
What's up, you guys? Hi. Is everything good that way?
Not for a while. Okay. Clearly made it back to civilization now. There's the road. We have reached the Howard Eaton Trail. We got a little road walkie thing now?
Road walk.
Oh, that's gonna be pleasant. We're close, real close. Well, this is fun. Beautiful way to end the hike. It's not bad, half mile to go. Definitely back in civilization. We made it back to the car. Took about a mile of hiking through these parking lots, but we did it. We made it back. Sweet! So there you have it. The 4th trip of the 2019 backpacking season. Magnificent Yellowstone National Park is in the books. I've been dreaming about getting to the backcountry of Yellowstone since I was a small child back in the 60s when our family would take family vacations out here and camp. Back then it was a really very different Yellowstone. It was before it was invaded by the throngs of tourists and RVs and tour buses that have essentially ruined the front country experience in Yellowstone. But take a little bit of time and effort and get yourself in the backcountry and you'll have the place to yourself. After the campsite we had at Shoshone Lake, where we had the very brief meeting with the backcountry ranger there, we didn't see another person for 3 days. And keeping with the 2019 theme, we had perfect weather for 3 days. And we had our share of adventures. That first night we had at the campsite at Shoshone Lake, where we met the ranger, saw his cabin, and then the Lewis Channel crossing the next morning, the campfire we had up at Moose Creek and the skeeters, and then that rather bizarre crossing of the wetlands, the Shoshone Geyser Basin, and then the last night at that 5-star Hilton of a backcountry campsite. And I want to thank Carl, Christian, Justin, and Travis for making it a wonderful trip. You couldn't ask for any better people, hiking partners to have on a trip like this, and just want to thank them for making it a really special experience. Yellowstone National Park, it's a vast, spectacularly beautiful and wild place, and it's also one of the few places in our country where you realize you're not on the top of the food chain when you're in the backcountry. You feel all the time like you're prey, and it really is a different feeling if you've never been back there. And it's also a place for us that was a great hike.